it's easier to calculate what you can lose versus what you can gain because the unknown is scary. People aren't afraid of the unknown. They're afraid of giving up the known.
So I was 13 years into a 20-year career. I had 7 more to go to retire. Everyone always asked me that you only have 7 left. You can hire a roofing coach that has a company. But his advice is always going to be maybe writing the wrong answer in the mirror for you.
I was going to die in a shootout with the cops. I thought I was going to sell drugs my entire life. Like, I did not know another way that you could make money.
The cultures that I've seen thrive are the ones that prioritize the growth of the people over the growth of the company. Don't just put somebody in a position of leadership because you're tired of doing it. Let somebody step up and take it from you.
Welcome to the Hard Knocks Podcast, where we dive deep into the door-knocking industry, the grind and the grit it takes to succeed. This is the show for the ones who've been told no more times than they can count, but they keep showing up anyway. Today, I got the whole squad in the house.
Gang, gang.
The roof hustler himself, Dashaun Bryant.
Thank you.
Man, this is going to be cool, bro. We just set the whole year off for the company, man. And I had Dashaun come in talking about some personal development and stuff like that. And like, dude, everybody's energized, man. Like, everybody was like, dude, this is the best meeting I've ever been at. Like, this is insane. And some of the people, this was their first time ever at, like, Miller Storm events.
Yeah.
They're like, they're looking at us like, holy shit. Like, you know.
Set the bar.
Oh, we set the tone for them.
Yeah, dude. This fucking shit was nuts, dude. Talk to me about this, man, because you've talked to a lot of roofing companies, man. You've been at a lot of places, bro. What are you seeing?
First of all, it's an honor and a privilege and a pleasure to be here. I take kickoffs, events, or any training that I do extremely serious because I look at it as a high level of responsibility when an owner trusts you to pour into their team because they don't really know, like, what the hell I'm going to say. Like, nobody never know what I'm going to say. Yeah. Like, I give you, like, a premises of, like, the things I've trained on, right? But, like, nobody never know exactly what I'm going to tell their people. So I think for somebody to trust you with their troops is like a high level of respect. So I just want to say thank you for, having me there and kicking off the year. 100%. But first and foremost, this is the second kickoffs I've ever done with a roofing company. First company I did it with was a company up in this ironic too, but it's a company up in North Carolina. They called A&E or A&M Roofing, premier company, great company, fast growing like y'all. Yeah. 27, 30 million type of company. And they used to be in the military too, right? Like they like that type of mindset, those type of guys. So y'all the second company I did a kickoff with. And I think companies undervalue the kickoff. Yeah. Like what owners fail to realize with their sales teams is like, yeah, you are impactful. Yeah, you influence your team. Yeah, they love you, right? But like you said today, you've become numb to my words. Even though your words are still impactful, it becomes numb sometimes. So the best thing you can do sometimes is bring in a third-party person to validate you as a leader. Yeah. Because when I come in there and I'm saying things similar to what you saying, they like, oh, Jay legit. Right. You know what I mean? Jay and Nate are legit. They saying the same thing that he's saying. Yeah. And then I think a lot of companies don't understand how important it is to energize your team to start the year because, these people just came off of 2 weeks of holiday, Christmas and New Year. Yep. And then you can't give sales rep enough credit to think that they're going to get themselves amped up. Never. You know what I'm saying? You can't give them enough. Be like, no, they're going to come in here geeked up. No. Yeah. They like, I got to go back to work. You know what I mean? I got to go back to work. Yeah. So the best thing, and I want to give you props because you did it on a Monday. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like we said earlier, you can't dominate the week unless you start with Monday. Oh, Monday's the start. I love what y'all doing. I just want to edify y'all as leaders, all three of y'all. Y'all showed up big today. It felt like a legitimate conference for the company. Even like it's internal, I get it. Yeah. But man, the way y'all set it up and the name tags and the merch and the breaks, the DJ, it was just such a phenomenal event, man. So y'all did a great job, bro. Man, I was impressed by the way y'all did it. And I wish I was with a company that did something like this for us when we was in the game. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's where I get a lot of the ideas from, man, is because, like, you know, I've worked at a few companies, you know, and I took a little bit from each one of these companies, you know. Like, the first company I was at, you know, the culture was dope. Like, everybody, like, you know, met together on Easter and Christmas, and it was just like a real tight-knit community. And it was, you know, it was my wife's mom's company, man.
Okay.
She was driving around in a Lamborghini, you know, she was doing all the things, you know, like, it was just real inspirational because she comes from a similar background, right? So I was like, man, that's so dope that she, like, came from, you know, federal prison and then, you know, built this life and all this stuff. And, you know, that had its own thing. You know, this guy caught some charges, which was just, you know, roofing industry stuff, right? You know, and then I moved, you know what I mean? And that whole team broke up. But, like, I always wanted to, like, recreate that. But, like, the people that they were bringing, they brought in some speakers and stuff like that, but they weren't people that were relative to roofing, right? Like, to, like, really, that have actually been in the trenches and actually have knocked doors. And you know, there wasn't, I was like, dude, if they would bring, you know, and at that time, I didn't know about, you know, you, Adam, all the guys that train, you know, but I'm like, man, if they brought in guys that actually, like, could train us other than just give us business cards and teach us how to overcome not interested, you know, I was like, you know, when you add that much value to the company and these guys see it and they can feel it and they can digest it, and, like, bringing somebody in like you, they're like, oh my God, like, this is a top tier company. When you bring these guys in and you invest in your people, man, because a lot of these guys, man, this is like why, you know, I don't think I'd ever buy a Lamborghini, right? Like, you know, because I'm like, dude, I'm not buying a fucking Lamborghini. One, because I have 5 kids. But 2, like, you're not going to see me up here with the chains and the Lamborghini and all that stuff stunting on people that are, some of these guys are new and broke, right? And some of these guys, like, you know, you want to show your team that you're reinvesting into the team and that they can get not just, like, roof skills, right? But, like, personal development skills, you know?
Life skills.
I mean, like, and just touch on that, man, because you broke down a lot of things today that were valuable to the team, right? Like, but can you, like, just elaborate, just give the listeners just a kind of a tidbit of what you went through and why that is so important in the door knocking industry?
Yeah, so we firm believers, and when I say we, I just mean me and the people that I work with, my organization, the squad. We believe if we make you a better person, you'll become a better salesperson. And a lot of people believe the opposite, which is let me help you get deals, make a bunch of money, and voila, you made it. What people fail to realize is if you don't become a better human, you'll make more money, and all it does is allows for you to magnify more of your bad habits. So I tell people, like, if you don't grow, like we talked about today, you got to be, do, and have, right? You got to become the best version of yourself. Like God said it, like, be fruitful, multiply, you know, have dominion over the earth, right? Yep. That's how he created us. Yeah. So you got to become the best version of you, right? And then you'll have more things, and you just got to continue to do and get better. So I tell these sales reps, I'm like, if you don't become the best version of yourself, you'll go make $150,000. And you was broke, and you only could buy a quarter. Now you can buy 2 ounces. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, you
I love analogies like that. I get it.
Yeah, like, and it's the truth. You could buy a little pint. Now you can buy a handle. Yeah. Because you haven't grown as an individual. You just got more money, which now you can just magnify your bad habits now. Yeah. So the ultimate goal is it's a, I don't know if you ever heard the quote of the son and the dad, and the son want to play with his daddy. And he's like, I'm busy. Go put this puzzle together. Like, put this puzzle together and then come back to me once you put the puzzle together, right? So the little boy go over there for like 10, 15 minutes, and then he come back, and he put the whole puzzle together. And his daddy like, how do you do that? Like, I ain't even figured this out. Like, how you do this? And the son was like, oh, it was easy. He's like, flip it over. Because it's a picture, like a puzzle of the world. And his daddy like, how you put the, he's like, flip it over. And it's a picture of a man. And the boy was like, I didn't try to put the world together. I just put the man together. He's like, once you put the man together, then you put the world together. Right? So, like, that's how personal develop. That's how the roofing industry is. Once you put the man together.
Right.
you'll put the world together. You'll put everything else together. So I just learned probably like my second year in the industry. It's like, man, the thing that's stopping people in this industry from going to that next level, it isn't that they don't know how to sell roofs. It's they're not provided with the tools to become the best version of themselves to sustain the success that they get after they get into this industry. Absolutely. So a lot of people know me like I'm not a roofing. I'm not like I don't care about roofs.
Yeah.
We just in the roofing industry, and God blessed us to be in one of the most lucrative industries that don't require no education, no degrees, and stuff like that.
Right.
But I am in the people business, and my ultimate goal is to help these people become the best version of themselves, so they could be a great example for their families, their wives, and the people that are around them.
Yeah. Yeah. I there was something that you said in that conference that I say to the guys too, right? I say, listen, with you being 1099, it's a gift and a curse. The gift is you get to create your own schedule. Mm-hmm. The curse is you get to create your own schedule. Because like they don't teach that stuff in school, right? They don't teach you how to be efficient with your time. They don't teach you time management. They don't teach you any of these things, And I teach off the 7 Habits of Highly Successful People.
Stephen Covey.
Yeah, exactly. You put the big rocks in, right? Like let's go ahead and set up all your contract times, right? Like when you doing your contracts, when are your adjusters, when are your non-negotiable things? Even put in those things with your family, right? Like, those things that you don't want to miss with your family, right? And then you're going to have to fill in the gaps with when you're going to door knock, prospect, right? And do all those things too, right? And like, and it changes during the seasons, right? Because like, times now where the sun goes down at 5 o'clock, we got to press more the mornings by the installs or the weekends, like, and things like that, right? And then it pivots a little bit when you go into the summer, right? Where you can work a lot later when the sun starts to go down. But like, it's like schedule your work orders at night, not during the knocking times, And like, there's so many different ways that people need to understand how to use their time, because like I tell people like, it's like, the last airbender, right? I'm like, well, you need to be a time bender, right? It's like how you use your time and how you're efficient with your time is how you're going to become a $3 million producer.
Michael Parsons, when he was visiting colleges, and he was like, hey, he went on a visit to Alabama. And it was like Derrick Henry when all of them was at Alabama. Yeah. And he like saw them getting ready for practice, and he saw them working, and he saw them like doing 2-a-days. And he looked at it, he's like, I don't want to win a championship that bad. And he went to Penn State. Because he saw that work ethic. Like he saw the way that Nick Saban was working them to be a champion. He was like,
oh, he knew he didn't want to.
Yeah, he's like, I don't want that. Like, I don't want to win that bad. And he went to Penn State. So it's like when you see when certain people come in an environment like this, it's like, bro, they intense. Like they practicing. Listen, bro, I'm looking for somebody that's going to let me do my own thing. I don't need nobody, like, breathing down my back, because everybody don't enjoy that level. I always say, I think people want to be successful for one reason and one reason only, is because they can say it. I don't think nobody really want to do the work that it requires to be successful. Yeah. It just feels better to say, I want to be successful. I want financial freedom. I want to create generational wealth.
Right.
Like, that feels good.
Yeah. Just to say it.
Just to say it. Yeah. You don't got to do nothing after that.
Yep.
Yeah.
I always say, man, like if I went around the room and I just was like, or I went up a street and I was like, hey, you want to be successful? Everyone would
Everybody
say yes.
Yeah.
Everyone says yes.
I never met nobody who was like, nah.
Nah.
Bro, I'm trying to make $40,000 a year, drink some beers every day, get out of shape, dog.
No, we had those guys. They don't work here anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Right?
Yeah. I mean, it's like that's why like I'm like, man, we got to protect our culture at all costs, man. Like I'm very quick to be like, dude, because I think in like the first week you could tell if somebody is about this life and about changing and about, really just developing as a person. Because I mean, like, dude, I know Adam Bensman says it, it's like roofing is personal development, like hidden in disguise, and I truly believe that. Like, I'm like, because with the market being as saturated as DFW, like, all right, cool, you teach me roofing sales. All right,
everybody
what else? Like, everybody's fucking doing that, right? But are guys teaching you how to do corporate structures and stuff like that, like with Brinson right now, right? With the trust and the S Corps and the C Corps and how to structure your taxes and paying those quarterly and putting you with a CPA and like having oil and gas guys coming in with the investments and how to use write-offs and all this shit. Like, dude, I remember my first year, bro. No one told me I had to pay taxes. I didn't even know what the fuck. Like, dude, when I was like, dude, what the fuck? Yeah, dude, I had like 20.
I'm like, no, I'm supposed to get them back.
Yeah, I was
you talking about pay them.
Dude, the CPA told me I think I made $145,000. CPA said I owed him $24,000. I said,
where's that at?
I was like, I told Taylor, I said, how long do I gotta go to jail to work off 24 grand? Taylor was like, you're so institutional. Are you serious? You're gonna want to go to jail for 24 grand? I'm like, I don't know. I felt like 60 days, maybe 90 days. I don't know. Like I could just
about
get
what
up.
I make every month.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, I'll sit it out.
60 days. I don't got nobody in the pipeline.
Yeah, I'll get it back. You know, she's like, you're paying your taxes. But then I realized, I was like, man, like, you know, there's a lot of people, especially in roofing, that I've realized have never even paid their taxes, nor do they know how to like move things around to offset their exposure on the tax bill. You know, and I'm like, dude, like, so like me and Brinson were rapping earlier. We were like, man, this is like such a reward, not just for us in like our education, because once you start making, you know, over $500,000, 300, 400, 500, it's about how much money you can keep.
How much
you know what I mean? And they're not educating people on how to do this stuff. The school system doesn't do this stuff, right? And so I'm like, man, like there's got to be a second piece to this. And I'm like, that is the vision. Like that's the vision we all share collectively together. Like this is like a fucking mastermind. Every time someone finds out something new, we're like, oh, did you know you could do, you learned something new about the sub 2 and the short term and the buying this. And if you,
just to be an employee, so y'all never got to worry about it.
It's the Rockefeller, the Rockefeller method, you know?
Yeah, exactly, bro. And like, you know, even now, I mean, I remember when I was younger, you know, I'm an 80s baby, right? So like, it was always like, I'm going to make 50 grand. Like that was it.
That was like the thing.
Yeah, it was like, yo, 50
I
grand.
remember growing up as a kid, and they're like, how much you make? 50 grand. Yeah, you like, dang.
Whoa.
50 grand. I remember that. Like, man, that's crazy. And I was like, 50 grand. It's like, man, we do that in like a month.
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah,
and you need, I mean, I saw this, you need about $103,000 in income per year to buy a house. Like, that's what you have to show, 103,000. So like that's even after write-offs. That's your actual income these days.
I seen a post recently that said, in today's society, like $104,000 is equivalent to $50,000 in 1999.
Yeah.
So you gotta be making. When I go train company, I'm like, bro, if you don't make 6 figures, you behind the 8 ball.
Right.
Like you're hurting.
You're dying.
Yeah, you're hurting.
Yeah, bro. And
I mean?
it's crazy to think that. Like, you know, like you make 6 figures and you're
average.
Yeah, you're average. You know what I mean? You're living in an apartment. Like you're like, you know, like
you ain't even a part of the elite. Like you just make upper 6 figures, but you make 100 grand. Let's be specific. You make like 100 grand, 120 grand. Like you're average. Like it's good money. Don't get me wrong, but you just right above the
poverty level.
The poverty level. Like you barely there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got to be out here in a vehicle that can get you to 200, 300 grand, 400. Like it's crazy to think out loud that, you know, great people in this room, we all make really good money. But let's say if you're making $400,000, $500,000, $600,000 a year, and that's really like 250, 300 grand.
Yeah.
Versus when it really was $600,000. You know what I mean? $500,000, which is crazy.
Yep. I know, it's nuts.
And I think about our kids.
God.
I'm like, you're going to have to be a millionaire. Like, you got to be a millionaire minimum.
For real,
to
bro.
even probably be comfortable in like 20 years.
100%, dude. I mean, like your normal little like.
You got to make it all now for them.
Exactly.
So pass it all down.
Build it up.
But that's what drives me fucking crazy because I'm like, dude, there's an opportunity here. Right? Like, we're not blowing smoke up your ass. I'm like, bro, I could show you the fucking QuickBooks, dude. There's guys here making $15,000, $20,000 a fucking week, bro. I'm like, you need to jump on this roofing shit as quickly as possible. It's the quickest time to value. I don't think even like a realtor has a faster time to value, dude.
Nah, because they don't really, only a small percentage of them killing the game.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Right?
And like, I mean, it's just.
They got to be, you know,
you got to be the
selling
best of the
$1 million
best.
homes to make 30 grand a month. You can sell $1 million house every month to make 3 grand.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm like,
grand,
but you have to go get a license. You have to take a test. You have to do. I mean, in Texas, there's no licensing. I mean, other than the RCAT thing, but like, you know,
it's a really good industry, man. It's a great industry.
Shortest time to value.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the 8th one.
It's a fantastic
industry. So when people go like, oh, you know, like, let me think about it. I'm like, think about what, bro?
The thing that troubles people is the way the human brain is wired is like, and you study people in success and patterns, it's easier to calculate what you can lose versus what you can gain. So it's easy to look back and be like, but I'm about to leave $50,000. Yeah. Like they probably only making $60,000 anyway, right. They're like, but to give up a $60,000 job to go sell roofs,
knock doors,
I don't. It might not even work.
Yeah.
So it's easier to calculate what you can lose versus what you can gain because the unknown is scary. Yeah. And people aren't afraid of the unknown. They're afraid of giving up the known.
Right.
They're afraid of giving up what they know. Right?
Yeah.
Like I respect naming and cats that like don't get me wrong, I only left Sam's Club, so it wasn't that big of a leap, right? It was like $600 every 2 weeks. $800 a week, bro. Fuck that. I'm gonna chase this $800 a week, right? But when you leave a like real estate like that, it's like you leave in the known, but the faith is in my abilities, my skill sets, my mindset. Like I know what I'm capable of. Yeah. And then you probably told him like I got a guy on my team. He ain't even built like you, and he do this. And I gotta think naming very similar to me. He like. If he did that shit, I could do that.
Yeah.
Like, straight up.
Yeah, I'm crazy like that.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, he did that, I could do that. And a lot of people don't think like that. They more along the lines of like, but what if it don't work?
Bro, an even bigger leap was when I left the military. So I was 13 years into, a 20-year career.
Wow.
I had 7 more to go to retire. Everyone always asks me that aren't in sales or they get it. They don't really understand. They're like, you only have 7 left. And I'm like, bro, I did the math on that 7. It was like $3 million or something like that is what they would have paid me at 38 to 88 is what I did the math on. And I'm like, cool. So if I make $3 million in the next 7 years, I won. Yeah. That was it. I was like, deal, done, achieved. I'm like, I'm gonna go knock that out in the next 7 years because I had already found a good industry where I could make that kind of money in 7 years. Then I found a better one, and I'm like, I for sure will make $3 million in 7 years if I put everything into this effort.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
but people don't think like that.
1,000%. It's the belief in themselves. Because when we do interviews all the time, we're like, "Hey, what are you looking to make?" What do they say?
$60,000.
$100,000.
$100,000.
Every time it's $100,000.
That's society's definition of success.
Yeah.
And I'm like, $100,000. Yeah.
Because they ain't made that yet.
Right.
So that's their first that's their first level of like, oh.
Yeah,
I did it. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm pretty sure we all can agree to this. Like, once I made my first $100,000, I was like, "That's it." Yeah. Like I got, you know what I'm saying?
For real.
That's it. Okay. I can do this. I can do this, no doubt.
Yeah.
And now it's like we all in here, chasing that million or in that year or whatever it may be, and it's like now that's that next challenge. Like, how do you get to that, $100,000 a month,
right?
Consistently.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But yeah, some people I'm reading the book the 12-week year. That's what it's called. It's really good.
12-week year?
The 12-week year.
Okay.
Yeah, I read it.
Yeah. Phenomenal book. And the thing that kills most people is annual thinking.
Mm-hmm. Give themselves too much time.
Annual thinking.
Yeah.
They think it takes them 12 months
to accomplish one
to
goal.
make $100,000.
Right.
It don't.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's just what you've been taught.
Yep.
You make this a year. It's like my coach Myron Golden changed my whole mindset. He said it's easy to make a lot of money in a short amount of time than it is to make a little bit of money over a long amount of time. Like it is easier to make $100,000 in 3 months than it is to make $100,000 in a year.
Yeah.
It don't sound like it, but it's way easier.
Yeah.
And it requires way more work to make $100,000 in 12 months than you do to make $100,000 in 3 months.
Yeah. As far as time and effort, absolutely.
Yeah, like. Far as time is effort, because it take way you killed the game, and it took you effort and energy, but everything you did to make that amount of money in the time frame that you did, in 3, 4 months, 5 months, you made $100,000, whatever it may be. It take way more work to make $100,000 in 12 months.
Yeah, I think it's because you're just gonna slow play the whole thing.
You're
slow playing.
It requires way more work.
Yeah.
But if you just condense that time frame and have that mindset, also I done seen people, who sell from stage. If you've ever seen anybody sell from stage, it's pretty remarkable.
I love to watch it.
Oh, bro, I done watch people make $1 million in a day.
just selling from stage,
Selling
like
from
shooting a
stage.
pitch with an offer, and then I love to watch those.
The best.
Because it's remarkable. I love the way, like, I almost never buy anything. In the beginning, they used to give me. I'm like,
well, once you know it.
Once you learn, it took me about 2 times to figure it out. And then 3rd time, I'm like, all right, this motherfucker's cooking again. Like, I need to chill. Not
10 people
scan
in
the
the room.
thing.
Was like, I'm one of
Bro, in the beginning, when you talked about buying the coach, buying, you to condense the time, get rid of the ignorant tax and all that. When I was first making my first 6 figures when I was in the Army, through real estate, I was just hiring coaches like nonstop because I wanted to shorten that gap as much as I could. Yeah. And so, I mean, I've spent over $250,000 in coaching for a fact. And that's because I wanted to just learn the information because all I'm missing is the information.
That's it.
We had a talk the other day. I'm like, hey, bro, you got to write the checks for the coaches this year.
Yeah.
I'm like, we just got to get better. There ain't no other way to do it. That's it. The way I got to where I'm at, it wasn't from 5 years of door knocking and then 5 years of being in business. It was just hiring the best coaches over and over. Every time I made $10,000, $20,000 from a wholesale deal or whatever it was, I got a new coach. I did a new training. I flew out of state to do another training. And I developed such a fantastic network from doing that. And I learned so much from all the best coaches in the industry that my way of leveling up was different than everybody else's. Mm-hmm. Yeah. While it took you a year to learn something, I did it in 12 weeks. Mm-hmm. And I just kept hiring more coaches. And it got to the point where, like, dude, I was just getting straight drip from some of the best coaches in the real estate industry to where there was nothing you could teach me. And now by the time I was ready to get out, I was ready to start my business. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I wasn't like, let me get out here and try to figure it out now.
Yeah.
Like, no, dude, I already knew what to do. I already had a game plan. And that's one of the coolest things about working here. Like, Jay was kind of like, he was my roof, even though we were partners, he was my roofing coach.
Yep.
For like, I got the best coach. That's why I was able to sit the ground and go, just, how did he do? He had the best coach, bro, for 12 months.
Easy. No, it's like we talked about today. Somebody already done walked through the field of landmines, bro. Somebody else done blew up already.
Yeah, dude.
Why is you blowing up?
Yep. You know? And people don't understand that concept, man. It's like, because like at first when I like heard of coaching and the dude asked me, he's like, man, yeah, it's going to be $10,000 a month. And I was like, $10,000 a month. I'm like, the fuck? I was like, damn, like, and then and then he's like, listen, if I could get you there in half the time and you don't make half of the pay the stupid tax, right? If you don't fall into all those pitfalls, right? Like, and I kind of save you money. And I was like,
a lot of money.
Yeah, true.
I know your next 5 problems and how to solve them.
Yeah.
Bro, it changed my mindset. I booked a training maybe 3 years ago. Dude, like, how much you charge at this time? I was like, $10,000. He was like, you cheap. Mm-hmm. I said, thank you. Like, because after that, I raised my price. if like you looked at me and said I'm cheap, bet. Like, we just gonna increase the price. So, I've been learning you just keep increasing the price, and the beauty of increasing the price is you get to deal with serious people.
Yep.
You don't got to deal with
pay to pay attention.
Oh, bro, the more money you pay, it's crazy how people don't like ask you a bunch of questions. Mm-hmm. But you charge somebody $500, what do I get with that?
Yeah.
What come with the $500? How many times? Like, dang, bro, I charge somebody, $10, $15,000. They don't even bug me.
Nope.
They get the money. They go up. They get the information. They go apply it. They come back, tell me results. Ain't tripping. But you charge somebody a little $1,000 and. Man, they be on your neck like a bill collector.
Smaller the deal, louder the squeal.
Louder the squeal.
Yeah, Dashaun, I did the Bradley podcast in the past, and I was sitting down having lunch with him before we did it, and he was like, I was charging $50,000 to do speaking engagements, and I was all booked up. And I was like, man, I'm busy, and he was like, that was a problem for me.
Yeah.
He was like, that just tells me I'm not charging enough. Mm-hmm. He's like, so I upped it to $100,000. He was like, I was just as fucking busy. And he was like, I charged double. He's like, I was trying to open up some space on my calendar, so I charged some more. And he's like, and then I finally got a couple days, but you know what? I made way more money and did less speaking engagements because I charged so much. And I was like, damn, okay. So the lesson in that is, man, up the price.
Up the price.
If you bought away book, that's a problem.
That's a problem. I agree. That's one thing I've been doing this year is we increased the price and we just be playing with the threshold. That charmer in me, that golden retriever, like I want to make it work for everybody.
Yeah.
Let me see what I could do. Yeah. Now I'm like, no, because in the beginning, this traveling shit was fun. It's like dope being on the road, seeing all these states. Now I'm like, my son 10, bro, he playing football every Friday. It's like, bro, I want to be home.
Right.
Like, I want to go to the games, So I got a new gig this year that allowed me to be home more, which is pretty dope. But to bring something full circle with that coaching, man, because I just want to touch on this. Our industry, the roofing industry, is the biggest haters when it comes to coaches. Yeah. Like, they quick to, like, why you pay them guys some money? Just go knock doors.
Yeah.
You don't need no training. And it bothers me so much because I'm like, you look at somebody like Naaman that come from, real estate that invested all that money. You see Branson that done sold $3 million that's not online trying to say, let me show you how to show $3 million, right? But he's like, let me buy another coach to, take my game to that next level. You pay for coaching. I pay for coaching. And then you even had the humility to say, you know what? My guys know me. Why would I try to be the one that kick them off? Let me get somebody else to come in here and get them started, and I could maintain the momentum because you already got a great coach.
Right.
All I did was just, I took them to like
add to it.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like I took them high, and now you like, okay, I got them up here. You got them up here, Dashaun? I can maintain that.
Yeah.
And then maybe they might drop to like a 80%. But right now we got them at like 150, 200. You know what I mean? Like they geeked up.
Them boys are on fire.
Oh, they geeked up. But it's the cats in our industry that's never paid for training, never got coaching. That's quick to be like, man, don't pay them no money.
They don't know the value.
They don't know the value. Yeah. And it's like, that's why you over there still struggling because you won't invest the time and the money. So that always bothers me about the roofing industry, man. That's why I never, I had the luxury of learning from everybody outside of the roofing industry, like Coach Bird, Eric Thomas, like Myron Golden, all the coaches that I paid to learn from. And I'm like, if y'all went outside of this industry and spent money, you would see why you spend money in the industry.
Yeah. Yeah, because you can't be an expert on everything. You know what I mean? Especially as a CEO, right? Like my role has constantly evolved. I was like the sales manager and I was the trainer and I was even knocking doors out there on the field with the guys and then I'm this and then I'm that and then I'm moving up and then I'm recruiting and then I'm you know what I mean? I'm trying to do onboarding and all that stuff and then you get to this level where it's like, okay, they only want to hear my voice so much. You know what I mean? And I can bring in other guys and other experts in specialty roofing or in mindset and personal development and all of these things. And when you're adding that value back and you're not pulling up in a fucking Lamborghini, they go, okay, this guy's reinvesting back into us that is going to last forever. You know what I mean?
There's a bit of a catch-22 of being a coach in roofing though. Like for yourself, for instance, right? You don't own a roofing company, right? So then, guys,
didn't you have one at one point? I thought
you come in, right? And guys are like, "Oh, he don't own a roofing company. What the fuck can Dashaun teach me? He never owned a $30 million roofing company. So off the rip, you don't have their credibility, right? But the problem is, let's just say a guy does own a company. If he coaches you, what's his ultimate goal? To recruit you.
Probably recruit you and buy your company.
Exactly. And so that's the catch-22 in this is you can hire a roofing coach that has a company, but his advice is always going to be maybe writing the wrong answer in the mirror for you so that he can eventually recruit you, keep you dumb enough to where you need him, and then it's always a pitch to recruit. Yeah. Versus, and then another guy comes in that doesn't own a roofing company. He's just trying to add value. Yeah. He's trying to help you out. Yeah. There's no other motive to help you give you this game. That's the catch-22 I see in this. So, you don't have the company, you got to deal with the credibility issue. You do own the company, you got to watch to make sure, you ain't trying to get recruited. Yeah. That's what I've seen in this.
And that's 1,000% correct.
They try to prime you. They try, let me get
one of your coaches, I remember I sat on the side listening to one of Jay coaches, and at the end of the call, I was like, hey, that dude's not trying to help you, bro. I'm like, we only been working together for about 30 days. I think I've helped you more. Yeah. I'm like, that dude ain't here to help you, bro. He trying to buy your company.
Yeah, and I do try to.
Wolf in sheep's clothing, you know what I mean?
I bring a lot of integrity when I do work with companies because I let them know straight up. I'm like, I just want to be very transparent with you, bro. I never owned a roofing company. I'm like, but I did create a high-performing sales team, and I can help your sales team go to that next level. No doubt about that. But, yeah, don't bring me in to look at your books, dog. I can't say shit about that. I don't got no perspective for you on that.
But your perspective is that you knocked doors for many years. Mm-hmm. That's the difference.
That's the difference.
And that's the lane that you're in is the high-performance.
Yeah, high-performance lane.
Correct.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
So, there's your credibility. I'm not here to teach you how to run your company. Yeah, I'm here how to teach you how to be a high-performer.
Yeah, if you can't run your company, bro, you probably can't even hire me. Yeah. if we being real, you about to go out of business. We need to get you another coach. Right?
Even take six. Can you do 6 payments?
Yeah. One thing I think is valuable that we can turn into a short for this is one of my biggest takeaways was the IPS. The ideal performance state.
Yes, sir.
Can you elaborate to that for some of the people that are listening, so we can turn this into a little bit of content too?
Yeah. So as a high performer, right, which I'm big into high performance. That's one of my ultimate goals over the next year and some change is to ultimately grow into a high performance coach. Right, you hit it right on the head. And if you study high performers, the LeBron James, the Michael Jordans, the Roger Federers, the Venus Williams, like all of these people, they get themselves in their IPS, which is their ideal performance state, before they go do any task or anything that they do. In our industry, they don't. You know what I mean? People will come out of their house fresh out of an argument, jump in a car, pull up in the neighborhood, and knock doors straight frustrated. Just like,
what up?
Yeah, like going through the motions. Just, I'm out here. And I'm like, no. You got to get in your IPS, man. What is your ideal performance state to where you are the best version of yourself when you're doing anything? So we encourage guys to get anchored before they go perform. So, you look at LeBron and he throw the dust up and everybody caught up. They're like, oh, LeBron throwing the dust. It's like, no, bro, that's how he gets anchored. Yep. Right? That's how he gets himself anchored. Patrick Mahomes, if you watch him before his pregame, his rituals is he walk their end zone, then he go to the visitor end zone, and he pray in the end zone. Like, he pray in the visitor end zone every time before he play the game. And then if it's a kicker in the end zone, him and Travis Kelce, like, practice on, like, this little part of the field, and they won't move. Like, even if the kicker kicking, they won't move, right? But that's just part of their pregame ritual to get themselves locked into their IPS. So we encouraging sales reps now to, like, do what it is you need to do to get yourself anchored before you go perform. So me personally, I like to pray every day. That get me in my ideal performance state. I pray, come out of my prayer, I do 3 big claps, and I say game time. And after I do that shit, it's like, let's go. Yeah. Right? Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Being on the road, dude, I was doing this to guys without realizing what I was doing. I was putting them in their IPS. I make them all wake up early. We all just smack some pre-workout, get fired up, go work out, come back, eat something lean and clean, and then we would role play, practice, overcome objections, warm up with each other, go to the gas station, grab our energy drinks, and then hit doors. And what I was doing that whole morning from 6 a.m. up until that would probably take us to about either between 10 and 12, depending on how long the role playing and practicing with. But once 12 o'clock hit, those guys were they're fed, fired up, energized, warmed up, mind right, and then we're hitting doors. Yep. I was putting this team into their IPS to then go into the field and drop the troops off to go to war.
Yep. Yeah. The work before the work.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Work,
exactly.
But now I have a label to put on that. Let's it starts. Your IPS starts with waking up early, getting the workout in, getting in the protein. All that stuff, man. It was a lot. That's how we got these guys to perform on the road.
And you said something earlier. I like it, and don't mind me. I just like to give people just verbiage for things, right? Because language is everything, and language is culture, right? That's one thing I love about y'all language. Like, everybody speak a language. Yeah, at Miller Store. Right? Yeah. Like, I saw you today, and you're like, what's our mission statement and what it is to sell? Like, it's a language.
Yeah.
Right? So just a language to add to the what y'all do. It's like we call them distinctions, right? So distinctions is when we put labels on things. Without calling them labels, we call them distinctions. So a distinction that I use to help people how to say no to people, right? I say, the reason why you got to tell people no is because it's a difference between an obligation and an invitation. Yeah. And they're like, what do you mean? What's the difference between an obligation and invitation? I say an obligation is when you ask me something and I tell you no, and my no changes the way you feel about me, you felt like that's an obligation. I'm supposed to tell you yes. An invitation, I could tell you something, and you're like, nah, cool, thank you, though.
Yeah.
Right? So we teach sales reps to put distinctions on their, their tactics. So if I look at a sales rep and I say, time down, I want you to do it on command. Instead of saying, what's a tie down? It's like, no, I'll give you the distinction. So we try to, when we train sales reps, we try to give them the distinctions on everything that we do. Because it's like those sales reps that say, like, man, I'm at the door, I just do my thing. And I'm like, yeah, but you got no distinctions.
Yeah.
And they're like, what you mean? I'm like, if you do something, can you explain what you do and put the distinction behind it so we can continuously repeat it, duplicate it, and share it with other people?
Right.
So, like you said, you got the distinction now. It's IPS, right? So we try to teach these distinctions. That's why I'm big on clarity when I train. Is I don't just want to speak in general. I'm gonna tell you exactly what we do, how we do it, when we do it, why we do it, That way it's easy for you to buy into it.
Yeah.
When we go on the road, it is not an invitation to the
It's
gym.
an obligation.
It is an obligation. We'll all be up at 6.
It is an obligation. You coming over
Get some rest, young man.
Hey, man, we ain't there about that. The guys
Yeah, I think it's doing that hard shit too, right? In the morning, man. It's hard to get up at 4:30 in the morning, be in the gym at 5, and 5 to 6:30. You're working out, you get your protein, you get your sauna, you're listening to your book. You know what I mean? You're getting all of these wins, and you're listening to something positive. You're getting your mind right, you're getting your physical right, and so I hated rejection so much that I just wanted to be so fucking elite when I showed up to your door that I was like, if you didn't do business with me,
you ain't doing business with nobody.
You ain't doing business with nobody. I just had to feel that when I walked away from the door. You know what I mean? Just being just so on point, right?
Yeah.
Like with.
I thought I was the only one because I'm the same way. Like, if I leave the door,
They ain't filing no claims.
You know what I mean? Like if I leave that door, or the biggest one, like you ever get got, and you walk away and you like, God damn it, like yo.
Yeah.
What? Like they catch you slipping like that one time. And you're just like, let the next person open the door. Boy, they getting it. Boy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I hate when I say some dumb shit at the door. And I'm like, I don't even be saying that. What the fuck? I tried to record a couple pitches for guys one time. I had the phone out and I was like, hey, how are you? I'm like, I don't even. We're here doing roofing. I'm like, I don't even talk like this. I'm like, I don't even know why I'm saying this, man. I hate when I do shit like that at the door, dude. It drives me crazy. I'm like, the next motherfucker is getting it.
You get it. I'm on point with you.
Yeah. I got a question for you, Dashaun, man, because you've seen a lot of roofing companies, and I know you've trained a lot of them, right? So, like, could you tell me, out of all the companies that you looked at, right, like what are the 2 biggest factors that you see in the successful companies that actually scale, get to 30, 40, 50, 60 million, right? Because I know you've been at those companies. And then let's start there, but then I want to ask you a follow-up question after that.
Okay, I would say the 2 things that I've seen, that I've noticed, right, with companies that scale and get to a certain level of success where the guys are thriving, everybody's performing, and you got two or three Brinsons, and you got maybe 2 or 3 half Brinsons, and you know what I mean, performing. The biggest thing I've seen is clear KPIs and systems. Like the systems are very thorough in the sense of like you said. Y'all said something that I really enjoyed today, which was we do what Mondays?
It's our Monday meeting.
Monday meetings.
Yep.
Work order Wednesdays.
Work order Wednesday.
And then
Filer Friday.
That's a part of the systems that help companies thrive, right?
Yeah.
Because you're training and you're doing things like that. So the training, the systems, and the number one thing that I've seen is like really quality cultures. Now, I want to define culture because, like I said, culture isn't just rah, rah, hoorah, hang out, smoke, drink, kick it. Like, no.
that is a culture.
That is a culture. That is a culture.
Not our culture, but it is a culture.
But that's what people think. Like, we got a great culture because we go have drinks together and kick. Like, no, y'all just a boys club.
Yeah.
The cultures that I've seen thrive are the ones that prioritize the growth of the people over the growth of the company. Mm-hmm. Right? Because when you prioritize the growth of your people, your company will grow as a byproduct. Yeah. But when I see companies that run those things, like those are the most thriving organizations I see. People that get their systems and processes in order. Yep. And then healthy cultures. Not just the culture, because you said it. That's a culture. Mm-hmm. But the healthy cultures to where, you got people like a Brinson where you done had the same guy for 3.5 years, top performers. And top performers hard to keep. Yeah. They're hard to keep because you get a guy like Brinson, but you've already figured it out. It's like, oh, no, we got to let you elevate. You can't keep selling, bro. You're going to get bored. Yeah. You know what I mean? Now you're like, I don't know what else to do. So it's like, let's put you in a position of leadership now. Now you got a new challenge in your life. Yep. And now they're recommitted to the growth and the vision of the company. And I think that's beautiful for, whether you figure that out, you and Naaman talked about, it don't matter. It's a phenomenal thing with a top performer because most people want to keep their top performer selling. Yep. Because to lose $3 million is like, oh. Yeah. Like, that's the truth. But you really create $9 million You know what I mean? You really create 9 million.
Right.
So that's the two things I would say. Really good systems and processes and healthy cultures where they put the people over the profits, like you said.
Yeah. And then, and to that, right? So, like, what are 2 things you see companies do when you get over there and you're like, holy shit, this is what fucks everything up?
Yeah, because I imagine you've been at some companies. You're like, oh, bro, I don't even want to coach these guys. I can't wait to get on the plane and get back to my game.
I ran into a few of those. I ran into a few companies where I'm like, boy, I can't wait to go home. I got to get through this weekend. I would say some of the things that I've seen that's not attractive when it comes to roofing companies is the lack of standards.
Okay.
Like they have no standards.
Yeah.
It's just you do whatever you want to do.
Right.
You just wear a shirt and they 1099 sales reps. I can't make them come to meetings. I can't make them train. I can't make them.
Yeah.
You know, they just do what they want to do. And they've kind of given up on the idea of having structure, standards, expectations. So I've seen that's one of the things that kill companies. And the second thing is, funny, everybody that work with their friends. Everybody want to work with their friends.
Right.
Like, and when I say friends, I don't mean like you and Naaman became friends.
Yeah,
I mean like it's all of their homies they grew up with. And we trying to help everybody make money, and nobody don't know how to hold each other accountable because we was just drinking last night, and now you coming to work today and you trying to tell me to do follow-up calls, and I'm like, shut up.
Yeah. You just mad you lost in poker last night.
Seriously. And they don't know that fine line between business and friends. So those are some of the companies that I've seen that kind of all over the place, kind of fall apart. Like I did a training in one city, and they was all really close homies, and we do one-on-ones when I come through and train, and it's a big deal. Like we sit down for an hour and we really unpack. 5 people missed their one-on-ones. Ooh. 5 in a row. Like that's 5 hours in a day. I'm like.
And he just sat there?
And you're just hanging out.
And I'm just hanging out. Like
that's the easiest money you ever made.
Easiest money I ever made.
Let me know next you come through,
you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, it ain't my responsibility to call these guys. But then that gave me a reality check because I said, if I put my training in the hands of these owners, it'll never go the way I want it to.
Yeah.
So now when I come out on Thursdays, I light their ass up. Boy.
Right.
Yeah, I'm big on, hey, listen, we got one-on-ones this weekend. If you 5 minutes late, don't show up, bro.
Yeah.
Like, don't show up.
Yeah.
And if you don't call me in advance, you're not excused. Don't be late. If you're married, go home and tell your wife you're going to be home late all weekend. And if you can't have that conversation with her, your relationship already fucked up.
You creating a standard for your time when you go out and train.
That's what I used to try to rely on the owners. Like, oh, no, they the owners. Like I can't.
They'll hold the line.
Right.
Now, if I'm working with a Jay, it's different. Like, cause he gonna set the tone for the weekend when I come out. But these other guys, so now I don't put it in nobody's hands, man.
Jay would be so pissed off.
Oh, bro.
I can only imagine that phone
miss a
call.
one-on-one?
Not miss. No, there's no missing. It'll be just being late. Like 5 minutes early, he's like, "Yo, where you at?
Yeah.
Why aren't you here yet? You know you had your one-on-one, right? What made you be late? You should have woke up at 5, went to the gym. He would have given him the whole schedule they should have had for that day. Like, it's the best thing to get to see this firsthand. I'm like, this is amazing to watch.
Working with people like you, and like I work with a guy in West Virginia, my boy James. When I work with like elite leaders, my trainings are phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I'm already gonna show up and do my thing.
Right.
But when you take that off my plate, where I don't have to be responsible for your guys in the sense of setting the tone.
Everybody sit down and we'll be on time and all that shit,
I watched a dude, like that dude James, like phenomenal guy, was potentially going to bring a guy on to the company. Like he was bringing him in that weekend. I'm going to let you experience Dashaun.
Yeah.
I'll probably bring you on. Day 1, he was there. Day 2, dude showed up like an hour late because he had his own business or whatever. And he texted in James, he's like, hey, I might be late. James like, hey, if you're going to come late, don't come.
Yep.
Like I'm just telling you, don't come.
Yeah.
But I guess, I don't know if the dude didn't see the message or he was just like, maybe he tripping, whatever.
Yeah.
He came to the training still. So he walk in the room, he's sitting down, and James was over there tapping his foot. Just, and I'm like, oh, shit. And, you know, I'm still training. Probably like 10 minutes into me training, he told dude, get up, meet me in the back room, went in there, have a conversation with him, sent him home with all the stuff.
Yeah.
And he was like, I like the guy, but if I let him come late, I'm letting my other team know it's acceptable to come late. Maybe it'll work out in the future, just right now.
Right.
And I watched him just Clipped him just like that.
Yep.
I saw Jay fire a dude in the hallway. First dude I seen him fire. Cause Jay don't like to fire nobody.
I don't.
It's that charmer in him.
But it's that charmer. He don't want to fire fucking nobody.
No.
Dog. He make me fire everybody.
He said we can get him better.
Yeah. I'm like, Jay, I'll just fire him. Don't worry about it. But the first time I saw him fire somebody is because they were late 2 days. They were late the first day. He warned me, said next time you're late, bro, like that's it. Dude came in just like maybe a minute or two late, and he walked in. He says, "What did I tell you last time you came here? Don't be late. Go ahead and give me my polo back." Made dude take his shirt off. Give my shirt back. Say, give me my shirt back. Got the shirt, and Jay was so like, because it's uncomfortable at the time. He probably fires somebody now real easy, but at the time it was real uncomfortable for him. So I remember he just had the face like, and just walked into the training, and I was like, gang.
Elevation,
I was like, let's go, Jay. Tell him about take your shirt off. You're fired.
I just don't know no easy way. Like I'm like 10 or 1. Like I'm like, I'm like, yo, hey, shirt, go. And Damon's like, that's how you let go of people? I'm like, yeah, just like.
I'll sit you down and fire you,
I don't want to have no long-ass conversation. Let's just snick this shit.
So it was a pleasure meeting you, but listen, it's not.
Hey, this is based off performance the last 30 days. I'll give you your reasons. Jay, like, you're late, give me my shirt back.
Hey, because, dude, it's 11 o'clock meeting. I'm not, this ain't an 8 a.m. meet. Bro.
You got plenty of time.
11 o'clock?
You got plenty of time.
Like, come on, dude.
You late to anything after, 8 o'clock? Yeah, if you late to anything after 8 o'clock, you need to check yourself.
Yeah, bro. Like come
I agree.
on.
That 8 o'clock meeting is like that meeting. You still should be on time, but that's that one where you kind of like.
You 5 minutes.
11 o'clock.
11 o'clock, bro.
And bro was mad, and I'm like, it's 11. It's 11:03.
But you had enough
what you
time
been
to
doing
eat
all day?
breakfast. Like you could have went to the gym.
Yeah,
you could have dropped your
like,
kids off at school. Like
I've been up for 6.5 hours.
Yeah.
And the reason that I'm so passionate about this, bro, is because roofing did save my
life.
fucking life. It saved my life, bro. I thought that I was going to die in a shootout with the cops. I thought I was going to sell drugs my entire life. Like, I did not know another way that you could make money and
be legal
and thrive. Because all these jobs are $17 an hour. I was like, I ain't gonna work. I'm like, you know what I mean? I know, and when I got introduced to roofing, I'm really appreciative of this, dude. And I'm really appreciative of every ounce of knowledge that people have given me, whether that comes to overcoming rebuttals and what it's done to my life and my family and being able to get my kids back and living in a $1 million house and being able to have the things that I want. Dude, nobody in my family was really that successful. I can't even have conversations with my family. Me and you were just talking about that. We're me and Brinson and Naaman can only have certain conversations because it really pisses people off.
You need your brag buddies.
Yeah, exactly.
You need
right?
a brag buddy.
Yeah, he's like, I just bought a
Roger made 20 grand a day.
Yeah.
Let's go. Me too. I got 15 on the way.
Yeah. But that's why when people come in here and they don't take it fucking seriously, it drives me fucking crazy. You know what I mean? And sometimes, I know, we've had many conversations, you're like, man, we just got, I'm quick to fire. Just get him the fuck out of here, bro. Seriously, dude, because I know what I was doing for less money. I was risking my entire life, for half the money that, even a quarter of the money I make now. I was risking my entire life, dude. I really wanted to break through and get out of my situation. And if you are not somebody that wants to have that hunger, you're sandbagging me, bro. I need to be around people that are ready to grind 50, 60, Get Rich or Die Trying. That was my album. Yeah. Get Rich or Die Trying was that was it. That was that was my mantra, bro. I was like, I'm gonna get rich or die trying. I watched my mom go through a lot of stuff, work 2 jobs. I never saw my mom, never saw you know what I mean? Couldn't do certain things, certain opportunities and all that stuff. And dude, when I got introduced to this and how easy this was, bro, it's a free roof inspection. When they told me, I was like, bro, there's gotta be a catch to this shit. The whole time
was scamming.
I thought it was a scam too, dude. I was like, there ain't no fucking way.
There's no way people. Yeah, this is a scam.
There's no way.
I made Jay show me the QuickBooks.
Oh, bro.
I was like, before I come over here and do all this shit, I need to see the real shit.
Yeah.
You gotta show me the QuickBooks.
Show me making money.
Yeah.
The thing that changed my life was my perspective. The first lady I helped get a new roof, went through the process, got it approved and everything. She was like, God must have sent you here, baby. She was like, we needed a new roof and you just showed up at my door. And we installed the roof. And once that lady said that to me, I was like, nobody can tell me this shit ain't real.
Yeah.
And after that, I was on 10.
Yep.
I mean, she was my example for like a whole year. No, Miss Johnson down the road said God sent me.
Yeah.
Dashaun, what's your song you listen to get into your IPS? I want everybody to answer that question because I think everybody kind of does it.
Song that I listen to get me into
or
my
just one
IPS.
of them. I know you got a couple. I got a couple.
I really love either Rich Off Cocaine by Rick Ross or Santorini Grease.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Jay, what you got?
Shit, dude. Music, man. Oh my God, dude. There's so much to pick from, bro. To get me in my grind, man, I think it'll probably put me on the spot right now, man. I do like Lil Wayne, Money on My Mind.
Oh, that's
you know, Money on My Mind. And then, I mean, dude, like in the gym today, I was listening to the Cassidy that I'm a hustler.
Yeah, that's one of mine. That's one of mine.
Homie.
That's
I'm a hustler. I was like, I was like, this is my shit. I can hop out the car to this, you know.
Yeah. See, we was talking about
Butcher's coming.
The butcher coming.
I made the DJ play mine earlier. Is "You Don't Know" by Jay-Z.
Yeah.
I sell ice in the winter. I sell fire in hell. I am a hustler, baby. I sell water to a well.
Yeah.
And I get out that car, dude, I'm like, this homeowner is done.
Yeah, bro. And he's a white boy, too, bro. And you're like, yo, you can just tell by the language, you know, he's been through it. You know what I mean? You're like, I ain't here trying to hear none of that fake shit, you know?
And then 50 Cent, if I can't do it, homie, it can't be done. And I'm like, yep, that's me, baby. I'm like, let's go.
I'm going to take us to the top. For sure, I'm going to make it high.
Baby.
I learned how to teach messengers, snow learners. Go ahead and act up and get slapped in the head with the burner.
Yeah, I got a couple of them. That is one of them also.
I think we got the signal. You gave me a signal along.
Yeah, you gave us a 10-minute signal.
All right, so listen, before we get out of here, man, I'm just going to be vulnerable, right? So, like, growing this thing to this point, right? When it comes to developing leaders and things like that, right? Because you do specialize in leadership development and things like that. What are some things that companies can do or improve in their leadership? Like what would you recommend to companies? You know what I mean? Because, you know, we grow and it's constantly changing, you know what I mean? And you know, us three now are like, you know, the top leaders in the company, right? And so like, what would you recommend for us to continually evolve as leaders? Strategy, you know what I mean? And things like that, right?
Just some of the things that I tell a lot of the guys, because a lot of guys aren't on y'all level of leadership and y'all do a phenomenal job. Just being fully transparent. Like y'all some of the
Thank you.
most polished up leaders I've ran into, like in our industry, because a lot of them just they're in the position, they don't live it.
Yeah.
Right. They just got grandfathered in. Right. So few you know what I'm talking about, Nate.
Yeah.
Few little strategies that I teach people when it comes to leadership. First thing is leadership. One of the responsibilities is to be close enough to be seen, far enough to where you can't be touched. Right. So like people need to be able to see you, but they can't always have access to you. So closer to be seen, far enough to be touched. I mean, far enough where you can't be touched. Another thing I like to teach my leaders is you got to understand. It's from John C. Maxwell, but it's called the law of the lid. The day your team think they know what you know, they stop listening to you. Right? So it's our responsibilities as leaders to stay 2 books, 2 conferences, 2 events, 2 mentors, 2, like whatever it is ahead of your sales team. That way they never can like catch up to you with your knowledge.
Yeah.
So the more you can continue to teach your people that they didn't know before they met you, like you will always be their leader. But the day they think they know what you know, they shut their brains off. Like, that's just how it works, right? Like, even us as kids, once we thought we knew what our parents, you say that all the time, whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's our responsibility to keep learning, keep growing, keep elevating ourselves as leaders, which keeps us, you know, in front of the pack. And always remind my leaders that leadership is taken, not given. Right? Leadership is taken, not given, which means just because they got longevity, they got results, they got numbers, don't mean they need to be a leader. Like you said it today, I can really identify you as a leader as when other people following you before I even acknowledged it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So leadership is taken, not given. So I tell my leaders, don't just put somebody in a position of leadership because you're tired of doing it. let somebody step up and take it from you.
Right.
Right. And then you got the right person in place. So them just some of my few perspectives on leadership that I like to preach and advise people to. But my biggest one is you gotta outgrow your people.
Yeah.
Like they can never catch you.
Yep. Continually evolve. Yeah. 100%. Yeah. No, I like that, dude. I like that.
But you guys really good leaders, though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm blessed, man, to have Brinson and name it like all three of us like collectively, because I'm like, I know, people would pay Brinson $10,000 for coaching, and to pay, we all get the offers,
I gave
right?
my brother $10,000 back.
Yeah, you gave him $10,000 back.
It wasn't enough.
Yeah,
and when I went in for one day, and I was like, just take the money back, bro.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go coach my guys.
Some of the top performers that I know that's really thriving. One thing, which y'all said it, they're very coachable. Like they love to be coached. They like, listen, I'm good. I want to get to great. Like I'm great. I want to get to phenomenal. Like I did $3 million. How do I get to 3.5 million? Like they're not looking for 2 million growth. Like they looking for stuff like Dashaun, how do I start teaching the other people like to do what I do? So they're very coachable. Another thing that I've noticed in top performers are they're very consistent. Like even though they win big, they still show up the next week. Yeah. Right? They don't get a $10,000 check and take a week off.
Right.
They're like, I made $10,000. Okay, let's go do it again. Because it's all a part of the process and the routine. It's not a feeling.
Yeah.
It's like, this is just what I'm supposed to do.
Right.
And then the money is a byproduct of that. They constantly educate themselves because the more they know, the better they can serve their homeowners. Mm-hmm. So they're out there learning new techniques and strategies to be a better roofer for their homeowners, like how to do TPO or, actually how to install a roof. Like they're doing all these like nuances of the game to be the best person in their marketplace. And another thing that I've seen is they're very selfless. They always prioritize and helping other sales reps, which in return helps them get better. Yeah. Because they always teaching somebody else so they can like re-enhance their own skills. So them just some of the things I've seen from top performers. They're consistent, coachable, constantly learning, selfless. And they selfless.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love that. I'm gonna throw a curveball. I know we're running out of time. All right, so listen, if there was 3 people, right, that you would invite to have come over to Miller Storm to help, upgrade us just like you, right? Who do you think those top 3 people are off the top of your head?
Right off the top of my head, easy. Love Coach Michael Burke because everybody need a good coach in their life.
Okay.
Second one, because I like, obviously, if it was possible, love Myron Golden. He will.
Dude, I've been tuning into him, bro.
He will blow your mind, dog.
Yeah.
I promise you.
Why, you think he'd come over here and visit and do a little event, chill?
Yeah, he just pricey.
Yeah, I bet.
Like he expensive.
I know.
But he's expensive. He charged $25,000 for a coaching call.
For an hour?
For virtual.
For 1 hour?
1 hour.
Oh, shit.
He charged that much so nobody don't book it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like literally, he say, I charge that much because I don't like doing it, so I don't want nobody to even book it.
Right.
And the people that do book it, like, at least I know they're serious. But he's barred none.
Yeah.
And who else? I probably would say, just me personally, I've never met him.
No.
But if I had an opportunity to learn from him, I would be Dr. Benjamin Hardy.
Hardy? Yeah.
If I could see him talking in person to me, I think
all his books are fire.
Yeah, so I would love to see him go deeper in person and like break stuff like that down. But I love Dr. Benjamin Hardy. So I would say Coach Michael Burke because he's one of the best coaches. Myron Golden because he will blow your mind and everything is biblical teaching. And, no matter how nobody feel about the Bible, I've never seen a principle in it that don't work.
Yeah.
Like people be like, it's man-made. And I'm like, either man was that deep or, I don't know, you got to explain something to me because I've never seen a principle. Like, you telling me a man was sitting down one day and was like, you reap what you sow. like, where you got that from, dog? You had to hear the words of God, So the principles in the Bible are just applicable to everything that you do. That's what I love about Myron Golden. And, Dr. Benjamin Harden just got phenomenal formulas.
Yeah, dude. All his books, man, I listen to on Audible, bro.
That's your who, not how.
Yeah, who, not how, and 10X is easier than 2X and all that. Yeah, I mean, all his books. He just dropped another one I just listened to.
The Science of Scaling.
Science of Scaling, yeah. That was fire, too, bro. That guy has a lot of research behind it,
That's why I like him. I like people like that.
Yeah, I listen to his books on replay. Like, they're gems. Cool. Man, dude, it's been awesome, bro. Kicking it with you, bro.
Pleasure,
like, dude, I've respected you, man, ever since I got into the roofing game, man. Like, just your style, how you do things, man. You've added tremendous amounts of value to a lot of different roofing companies, including ours. I mean, I know our guys are just off the wall. They're like, woo! Like, I mean, I have not seen the energy. I mean, we've got a lot of energy in our meetings, but I have not seen the energy the way it was when we were at HG Supply. I mean, how excited people were for 2026, man. This has just been like a cool experience all in all, man. I mean, watching Brinson doing what he did this year, man, getting another Golden Door, watching Naaman run $1 million in 2 months, And then I'm sitting across from somebody I've idolized for a while in the roofing industry, man. We've talked, jumped on the Zoom calls and stuff and be able to share that respect, man. So I have a lot of respect for you, bro, and what you've brought to the team, man, because you speak our language and you've really just helped elevate us, man. And I really appreciate you just taking a day to come out here, kick it with us, and add a lot of value, because I know I did. I got a lot of value, so did he, Brinson, and everybody on the squad, man. So thank you.
Feeling very, very, very mutual. And like I said in the beginning of the call, it's always like an honor when people trust you with their people.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, you never know somebody can poison your people, man.
Yep.
They can come in and just throw them left field.
Yep.
And now they looking at y'all like they ain't the people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like the fact that y'all trusted me to come in and kick the year off right, man. I just always do my best to do my best. That's what I tell everybody. I just always do my best to do my best. And I treat every event like it's my last, because, you never know what can happen. These planes can crash. Like, a lot of shit can happen.
Yeah.
So I just make sure that if it's my last event, I just want the people that was here to be like, but that shit was fire.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
I love that.
You know what I mean?
Especially the part where you said you don't like to apologize to people, because I was like, I
You
started
said that.
clapping.
Yeah. You say that.
Oh, man,
He says that same shit. He's
I
like,
was like, I hate that shit.
Yeah. Gotta be at my best, baby.
Be at my best at all times.
At all
I've never
times.
had to apologize.
Yep.
I started clapping. I was like, someone gets it. It's not just me. I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
There are other people like me.
Yeah.
Dude, you know what I think we should do, man? I think we should have Dashaun come, man. Maybe you come to the Christmas party this year or something.
Yeah, you let me know
bro.
when. I'll block it off, baby.
And because 30 mils what we're going to this year, and like I want to see you come in, man, check in on us, man, and I think we'll hit that 30 mil. Maybe we go over. Who knows?
No doubt.
You know what I mean?
It's done. It's done. Yeah, you let me know when. I'll block it off. We'll come through. I even put a little 10-minute little thing together, 15-minute game together. Nothing crazy.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, dude, bro. Well, hey, man, I appreciate you. How can they follow you on Instagram and your handles and all that stuff?
We easy to find, baby. Roof Hustlers, and that's Roof, HUSTLERS. Anyway, you see the bow tie, you'll see this guy, baby.
Yeah, you can follow me at Naaman Taylor Investor on Instagram. Shoot me a DM.
At Roof Dr. J on Instagram. Thank you for tuning into the podcast. Stay tuned to the next episode. We're going to add a lot of value. Catch you on the next one. Let's get it.